We got a video here from WillE. This is why people were against the 58 boost. Bots out of control. If you have played Classic WoW, TBC especially, even in Classic WoW, dude, in Classic WoW, there were goddamn bots flying around Silithus beneath the ground. They were flying around beneath the ground, picking up Black Lotuses and thorium veins in Silithus. You guys know in the hives where you have to go down and stuff like that. They were picking them up inside the hives, like below the ground. It's ridiculous. And now, if you go to slave pens or Manor Tombs or anything, you see those little... Oh my god, there's so many of those troll rogues with that weird... They turn around, pop sprint, and run back in. All freaking day. It is so ridiculous. But let's see what WillE is going to say about this, guys, okay?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. WillE here. I wasn't going to do this video initially because I know it's something that Blizzard have shown time and again, they just aren't really willing to commit resources to stopping this kind of thing happening. But the amount of damage caused to the game by the level 58 boost, and especially the new wave of bots which are taking advantage of this in TBC Classic, is much worse than I ever expected it to be. I'm gonna say it, guys. I told you so. All right, this is the first thing I said when they talked about the 58 boost. I'm like, this is gonna get abused to heck. Okay, that's what I said. And, you know, here we are. So the footage here from the open world was done within the space of 1 hour on a Thursday morning. I just want to say that to give you an idea of how very, very easy it is to find bots doing this. Literally every single bot without fail was a level 58 boosted character. The limitation of 1 per account for bots is completely irrelevant. As expected for them, it's just a huge time save from actually having to level. The restriction of no Draenei or Blood Elf equally doesn't matter whatsoever.
Nope.
It's an extra $40 or whatever it is they pay for this service on top of the sub fee. This is so much extra money for Blizzard. Even if these characters are being banned within the space of a month, the time it takes them to break even is next to nothing. Also,
the amount of time it takes to level, fair enough, for a bot to 1 to 58 is so worth to buy the boost for them. It is so worth. What is a boost? Like 50 bucks, 40 bucks, 60 bucks? Dude, the amount of time and effort it would take to level all the way up to 58 if you're a bot, that would take days, man. Like days for them to do that. So they're basically skipping like days and days of worth of leveling. You can boost a bot, get 58, and within a few hours, let's say within a day of farming, you've made back the gold pretty much that you would have you've lost by purchasing the boost, right?
Boost has done so much harm to the old world. It just feels dead. People aren't out there leveling and questing anymore as they used to be. Whenever people say how much Cataclysm ruined the game because it changed the open world, just seems more and more BS the more I hear it. In Classic, so many people chose to boost past all the content, and now in TBC you can do the same by giving, instead of money in game to a mage, real money to Blizzard. You know what else? Do you have a T-Boost Blazing Longsword, or you bought one in Classic? That incredibly special and unique item. It's on the box of the original game. It's always been heralded for its mystical rareness, and to this day is worth an absolute fortune on retail. Yeah, it's kind of worthless on Classic now. It's getting cheaper by the day. You know the bots inside Blackrock Depths, the rogues, the ones that have plagued the instance with pickpocketing for well over a year now? Well, don't you worry, they're still going good.
Wait, hold on. 37 people just on my server. 37 people just on my server.
They even got a raise in TBC because T-Boost Blazing Longsword, the epic fiery sword, drops from the heavy junk boxes that they pickpocket all day long in the TBC patch that we're playing on. So if you ever got hold of one of these as a trophy in Classic, intending to just hold on to it for the sake of it because you could never get one on retail, or to try and sell it at a later date, then that's one very expensive paperweight, I'm afraid. Well, at least you don't lose money until you sell it. Right? Anyway, let's take a fly around the good old continent of Outland and see if we can find ourselves any average farming enjoyers. By the way, I reckon there are a good few gold farmers in here as well. It's just that
Dude, I noticed this, man. I went here when I was questing on my shaman, and I'm not joking, I couldn't do this Eel Quest. So the Eel Quest is the first quest I do when I go to Terracore Forest, because it's like, you go to Shatrath, you pick up your quest, you do the 10-minute like RP quest, and then you go over there and you kill the eels, and then you keep going. I couldn't do the quest because at every single spawn point there was a guy instantly tagging the like a bot or whatever, like instantly moonfiring them like when they spawned. Like at every single spawn point, there was like 5 people in the water. It was crazy.
Some of them, they either look like stolen or sold characters, because my god, we're going to be seeing some interesting item and talent choices that I quite literally refuse to believe somebody could have played the game as much as these people are geared and actively have made that choice unless they are huffing industrial quality paint thinner prior to logging in. So, starting outside Chapter, Silmia Lake, or as I like to call it, the Druid Nature Reserve, which is home to usually about half a dozen or so of our furry friends, happily farming away after those moats of water. We usually have some warlocks here too, and the occasional rogue. I found all 3. Druids are good, especially feral due to leader of the pack healing, and aquatic form for, well, breathing underwater. Locks are good too because they can just cast that spell.
Breathing.
And mobs here also respawn insanely quickly. This place was
and
very
I think they
busy.
they drop moats or something. They drop something that's really nice.
For a Thursday morning, I must say. After this, I decided to head up north to the Dead Mire, another great farming spot. The giants here can be herbed upon death for a range of different items, including terracone, which I don't know about your server.
Fucking yo, Crix, thank you for the tier 1, man.
That's a lot. This is a good spot for farming primal life as well, and also has a bunch of mining and various herb nodes here as well. If you've leveled here in, well, the past month or so, probably longer than that at this point, then you've probably seen people running eagerly to try and herb anything that you killed as soon as you do. But there was only about 4 or 5 people here at the time, including some regular players.
There's quite a lot of people here too. There's like lots of these spots, but there's just like so many freaking people, man. Like people, right?
Thought at least, so that's not really a problem, is it? Next, we're going to head over to Void Ridge. I think you're going to like this. Came across another druid who was about as human as the T1000. And I was going to report him anyway, and then I saw this talent choice in particular, and even if he wasn't a bot, I still would have been tempted to report him just for this alone. Regardless, we went over a bit more east, and you'll be glad to know that I'm kidding. Oh my god, there's so many bots around this one spot. This was unreal.
You're loving this spot, man.
All farming motes of shadow here. I remember doing weapon skill on my paladin not so long ago,
this place,
and I thought this place was just really busy because of, you know, popular farm spot.
So many people playing.
As per usual, and as we've seen so far, everyone was a boosty here, loaded up on BOE gear, and most of them were even level 70s, your druids, warlocks, and a few rogues in the mix as well.
That is insane.
I decided to pop on click to move, as is tradition here it appears, and join in on the fun a bit. I even got an applause from one of them, so...
Don't you guys think, honestly, don't you think like removing the click to move feature would make it a lot harder to bot? Maybe it wouldn't, maybe I'm just trying to cope here, but I feel like that feature is like... Maybe there are some people who legit just like playing with click to move, but I really think that like the feature itself is just so good for like a botting thing, right?
Well, that was nice, wasn't it? And all the void walkers that spawn here are on hyperspawn, just like the eels in Silmia Lake that we saw a little bit ago. And this is all in the open world, imagine. In Classic, at least the majority was inside Instance. This is just from me flying from one spot to another, which I know are pretty heavily botted in the morning in one go. This would be so easy to get rid of if actual human game masters were employed to log into the game and look directly, not to rely upon automation or player reports to sort this out. Why do they have to rely on player reports when we're already...
I wonder, in terms of percentages, how much of the percentage of the players are bots? Like, if you take all the players, all the active accounts and everything, what percentage do you guys think are bots? If you take everything, I think it's probably like 5-10%. I don't think it's higher than that, but it's probably a pretty fair amount.
Paying them. What exactly are we paying for here? You want one big reason why Classic Fresh is gonna flop? Go and rewind the last few minutes of this video.
No, sorry, I'm off topic. So I did a dungeon run with a warlock, right? And he died like 7 times in one dungeon run. And he did like 150 DPS average over the entire run. And then later during the day, a member of this community called Stickbuck posted on the Discord that guy has been like, he's been like joining random heroic pugs, like, and halfway in the run, like demanding people reserve him the item or he's gonna leave.
Imagine how a player feels when they want to try and farm some gold for raid consumables, or to level a professional to buy a BOE, and they're met with this. Expect this with Fresh Classic, by the way, when it happens. Expect a billion-dollar company to value people shitting on the economy for their extra dollars as much as you, the loyal player. Because we had 18 months of Classic, Modders have their plans perfected. They have all their testing done.
This is insane.
The gold farms programmed and ready to fire up. They know what triggers bans, and they're gonna totally infest the game once again, while not enough is ever done about it. Let's round this out with some dungeons, shall we? They're always popular. Of course, BRD is as popular as ever, even with rogues being able to get T-boost now. Obviously, they never...
It's crazy how BRD is still such a good farm at level 70. You legit go in there and just farm lockboxes. That's legit all you do.
Have to leave the instance, so you can't actually report them unless you whisper them something and then right-click and report off that.
No.
Yes, there's even places to sell inside the dungeon, so it's a bit inconvenient, isn't it? Would be good if somebody could, you know, teleport to them, or maybe even teleport them out of the dungeon to some remote location and see how they react.
Way too easy.
When they're all level 58, coincidentally. I hopped over to the slave pens where we came across another character, shall we say. Bellstrike Hood, Girdle of Ruination, Will of Edward the Odd, even Enchanted. Oh, sorry about the interruption of looking at the gear here. We've just got this constant stream of rogues coming out of the instance. Imagine all those really good epics. He must have some good trinkets too, like Lifestone, and there's no way. This has to be a wind-up. You can't...
Wait, there's no way. You gotta be kidding me.
Oh, I bet you it has some secret. It has some secret proc. Yeah, I'm wielding the Eye of Shadow. I'm a real Shadow Priest now.
There is no way, man. What the hell?
Can't actually be serious.
Oh
Blind
my
Mage,
god.
I know the item's purple, but you probably want something with something known as stats on them. They're quite good. In fact, where's your boosted trinket?
Double
That would be better
Crowblade.
than this by a long way. Anyways, I hung outside the pens for a bit, and we had a steady stream of rogues and
Dude,
mages.
he's doing his duty.
Every single one of them being a boost, popping in and out. There's probably some legitimate players in there as well. People actually boost slave pens in TBC for gold. In terms of what they're farming for level 60s, you can see talents on some rogues here that maxed out movement speed and their ability to reset
endurance,
vanish, or
everything.
threat in general. I imagine they're just mining and herbing.
Dude, WillE is doing the work, man. He is like... He's like reporting all of them, man.
Usual
God damn.
stuff. As for mages, I guess the gold farms in here are doable at level 60. I've seen clips in the past
Sadly,
of mages
Blizzard won't really
which
do anything
are
about
pure
it,
bots
probably.
farming through Maradon, so I wouldn't put it past them at this point. Finally, we headed over to the Manor Tombs, which had a similarly insane number of rogues on
Holy
the
cow.
/who, when the damn thing decides to work, that is. This
Wait.
place...
Wait, hold on. Manor Tombs. I mean, it could be worse. Actually, that could be worse.
This is known for chest and mining routes. And
I've
this
heard
is
that,
it.
yeah.
This is
Big
the
manga.
impact of the boost and how many bots there are 3 months in. Now, I know regardless of a boost existing, Blizzard should be doing better nevertheless, but this is one of the reasons why a lot of people did not want it in the first place, because it was always
that's
going to be an
the
issue.
thing you do. You go around here, you pickpocket these boys.
I don't know how I'd
That's what
play
you
as
do.
a more casual person who has had less time so far to farm
And
up.
the thing about this that's almost a guide. This farm is that the pockets of the mobs reset, so you don't even have to leave the dungeon, and you can also sell inside the dungeon. You never have to leave it. It is so ridiculous.
Or to get crafted gear or epic flying. Farming out in the open world just seems so impossible to compete. Even status items like T-boos are getting worthless due to this.
Sad.
Try any of these spots I've been to on your server, or doing a /who on your server, provided you have some kind of population there, of course. I'm sure you will see something similar, especially the lake outside Shat. You could probably get to that one really fast, and I swear it's like this all day, every day at the moment. Don't worry, I'm sure the 6th monthly ban wave will hit in about 3 months or so, and then we'll be fine again, right? Yeah, that's it. That's the video. This is Blizzard, and this is your TBC. I'd like to talk about the possibility of the Fresh Classic soon. If you didn't know, it was put on the PTR again recently, and I find the idea that it could be soon crazy, and given that's why things are usually put on the PTR, maybe there's something to talk about there, but I don't think it's going to really kick off whatsoever, even if Blizzard add in lots of changes, including the ones they put on the survey. But we can talk about that soon. Sorry about the delays on the new stuff. As promised, it's mainly a bottleneck on my end of wanting to get the new PC sorted, and I want to make sure I can get everything looking as good as it can be. That's it, guys. Let me know your thoughts, if anything, about all of this. Thank you, as always, so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one very soon.
Nice video, man. If you guys want to watch it or give it a little like or something like that, I'm gonna link it in chat. You guys can give it a look. It's an interesting thing to talk about, right? And it's an interesting topic because honestly, it's a very big problem in Classic WoW and Classic TBC. Even back in Classic WoW, it was a big problem. Did it get fixed? No. Did it get worse? Yes, it did. It is really something that should be addressed, especially if they do want to do Classic Fresh, right? Because that would be an immediate problem that people would have to deal with. So if we one day were to get Fresh, which we might, honestly, that is definitely something that needs to be addressed, I think, right?